Time now for Focus, and it is almost a year since the attacks here in Paris that left 130 people dead and the nation under a state of emergency. That state of emergency is still in place, but beyond that, questions remain about how France might be preparing to deal with another potential mass attack. The Interior Ministry has started work that it says will streamline cooperation between elite police units who respond to militant attacks. Our reporters have spent time with one of those very units, the one, in fact, which was called out in July when two young Frenchmen took hostages at a church in Normandy, later murdering the elderly priest inside. Karima Kiki and Sylvain Rousseau with this report.
Shields and firearms. These police officers are not here to negotiate. An attacker is inside a supermarket. The first minutes are crucial. The intervention has to be immediate.
Sors! Sors de la pièce! Mets tes mains sur la tête! Enlève ton suite! Enlève ton suite! Enlève ton suite! Mets-toi au sol! Ok, mets la tâche.
Max has been with the BRI for 4 years. It's up to him to neutralise the attacker. 5 kilometres away in Saint-Étienne-du-Rouvray, Max was on the front line. On July 26th, a terrorist killed a priest and took 5 hostages inside this church. For the first time, 2 elite brigades, the BRI and the BAC, intervened at the same time.
We regularly carry out training exercises which allow us to get to know each other, so we know that whoever we're working with will work together without any problem, and we can go out and do anything, any mission.
Rivalries are a thing of the past. The Research and Intervention Brigade, the BRI, and the Anti-Criminality Brigade, the BAC, now work together. The exercise resumes. Max is leading the assault. The young officer is in second position, behind the shield.
À gauche. On annonce un grand couloir, un grand couloir. On se dirige vers le danger, vers l'individu armé.
The BRI officers are in plain clothes, the BAC men are in uniform. This time, they have to advance even faster.
Lâche ton arme! Sors! Sors de la pièce! Mets tes mains sur la tête!
Before the November 13th attacks, these police officers dealt with organised crime and armed robberies. But it's now up to them to face terrorism on the front line. Eric has made arrests before, but after 14 years with the BAC, he needs to learn new skills.
Today we need to do more. We've stepped up a notch. We're in the fast gear. We need to learn the technical knowledge of our colleagues in the BRI so we can do our jobs correctly.
Faced with the terrorist threat, these operational units have been given new equipment, 874 firearms and better ballistic protection gear, like these bulletproof vests. In April, France's Interior Minister introduced a national plan to prepare units for mass attacks, so they can react in 20 minutes anywhere in France.
Nous le savons bien.
We know this. We saw it at the Bataclan. In the case of mass killings, it's in the first few minutes that terrorists take the largest number of victims. So we must react as soon as possible.
3 months later, the plan was tested in action. In July, officers from the BRI and the BAC were on the scene in less than 20 minutes in Saint-Étienne-du-Rouvray. The French president congratulated them.
In order to be able to manage the operation at Saint-Étienne-du-Rouvray in July 2016, training was needed. Services which were not used to working together had to develop intervention procedures identical to the ones we're seeing today.
For now, merging all the units is out of the question. Far from politics, these officers are preparing tirelessly for whatever situation they have to deal with next.